Gambling is basically an act in which one person takes risks, like involving money, and in hopes the player gets a reward. You know, like a certain series that just came out, which is Squid Game season 2. So,
You mean the one with the hot man?
Oh,
With the
whoa.
hot man?
We shall not talk about him here because what we're gonna focus on is the gambling part. Basically, in pop culture, it's very normalized for these like gambling based series to come into play, and Squid Game is one of the most popular ones. Basically, in Squid Game, spoilers ahead. Basically, in Squid Game, um, you get to choose between bread and a lottery ticket, and this like choice is given to less fortunate part of the country. And what did they choose? Most of them chose the lottery ticket.
선물은 하나, 빵과 복권. 둘 중 하나만 선택하실 수 있습니다.
Why? Well, this has something to do with research, which is, not in my expertise. So,
It's in mine.
exactly.
Of course, like a person's financial situation isn't the only factor in which people start to gamble. Like from the research that was done by our data analyst, our group's data analyst, which says that a lot of the times someone's traits play a big role in the development of gambling addiction. So what makes one more susceptible to gambling over others? And does mental vulnerabilities play a role in that? Did you know that 96% of individuals with gambling disorders have at least one other psychiatric condition?
I didn't know that.
I know, right? I mean, like, why? Why?
Why? I
Basic-
wonder.
Basically, gambling can act as a maladaptive coping mechanism for emotional pain, right? So, emotional stress and boredom, excitement are strongly linked to the initiation and relapse of gambling behavior. And also like trauma, whether it be PTSD or childhood trauma, people use that as an escape from their lifelong scars. Also, something like depression. With gambling, particularly, the desire to escape feelings of hopelessness, sadness, or emotional numbness can make this act, gambling, seem appealing as a way to find relief. By experiencing the winning high, which momentarily alleviates their symptoms, people with depression use gambling as an escape from the persistent negative tugs experienced internally.
That actually sounds familiar, doesn't it?
It does! I wonder who has depression!
Aside from the psychological behaviors and disorders, I feel like self-esteem also plays a role in it, especially amongst like younger people. We tend to have this very fluctuative, I guess, self-esteem throughout our teen years, and I guess that's also partially why a lot of college students tend to like use their own money for gambling, not even for like slot machines, but also through games. Gacha games, basically where you can do wishes and get a prize when you do a certain amount of wishes. Or it also can depend on your luck. You can gain the prize faster or slower. And apparently a lot of our friends play gacha games as well, so I guess subconsciously they chase their own highs, but we listen,
And
we don't judge.
You know, there's also studies that says ADHD and BPD would affect how someone would act based on impulse without thinking of its long-term consequences. Hell, there are individuals who would also engage in gambling to deal with the uncertainty in life. Reminds me of somebody, doesn't it? Basically, attempting to gain control through the perceived ability to predict outcomes, even though chances ultimately dictates the results. They feel like they have control, even though they don't.
Oh my.
They don't.
Oh my, what an attack we have today.
They don't. I mean, even in our survey, which we will share a little shortly, in our survey, most people would agree that their desire for stability influences their approach to gambling.
Oh, I see. Interesting.
Yeah, so basically, there is an emotional dysregulation in which gambling serves as a coping mechanism. But by developing this addiction, individuals worsen their overall life and mental health.
True.
And this creates like this cycle where disruptions in the brain's reward system, particularly involving dopamine, contribute not only to gambling addiction but also to other mental health issues. It just goes on and on and on and on. It never stops. So, how do we stop it? How can we intervene with this? Interventions in gambling addictions does exist.
Surprise, surprise.
Surprise. Would you be interested?
Oh my.
Would you be interested? So basically, the most effective treatments for these gambling addictions require a comprehensive, integrated approach that addresses both the gambling addiction and also the co-occurring conditions, so other mental health issues as well as the gambling addiction, both at the same time. That's basically the treatments that are effective.
Now,
shall we look at the survey results?
Done.
So, we created a survey, and we created one which was for Japanese basis people, also for
English basis students.
So, from both surveys, we can conclude that a lot of people have acted upon impulsive urges when they're stressed or experiencing trauma.
Don't we all?
Exactly. I wonder why some people answered no. I call cap. And, actually, surprisingly though, most of them are not unsatisfied with the outcome of their impulsive decisions, which is surprising. But it's a 50-50. Some people aren't satisfied and some people are okay with it. They've made peace. And also, though a lot of people, most people, if not all people, let's just say people don't lie in this survey.
Okay.
Though most people act on impulse. And they feel okay with their decisions. They do know that this does not help reduce their stress in the long term.
That's good.
Yeah, they're aware that it does not. 91% of them do not think so. And they don't, but they still view these impulsive decisions, and gambling particularly, as an escape to their stress, even though it does not have a lasting good impact.
Yes.
Sad in it. Sad in it.
Sad in it.
Sad in it. If you're really interested in this topic like we are and you want to spread more awareness, join us in our Instagram. It's called
Do You Really Want to Gamble?
Exactly. All of it. Without underscore, without nothing.
True.
Just that.
Check it out.
Check them out. Check us out. Wait, us. Check us out.
Check us out.
Bye.